everyone, and welcome to the 5-step strategy to 10x your posture and your online presence. My name is Kimberly Olson. I'm super excited that you're here right now. This just means that you are ready to totally crush your business on social media, and that is absolutely what I'm all about. And this is guaranteed to be jam-packed with not only information, but also the strategy that you need to be able to really crush your online presence. You're going to walk away with your plan, and you're obviously going to be armed and prepared to 10x your posture in your online presence. Make sure you stay until the end. You're going to get my 57-page guide, Manifestation Unleashed. This is actually what I used, what you're going to see inside of the guide, to be able to break that $1 million mark in my business. I had struggled for many years, started making some money. And it wasn't until I actually started learning about manifestation and really bringing my dreams and my goals to life that things really took off for me personally, but also my business as well. So there's also a journal inside of there. It is really going to be an amazing guide to kind of teach you manifestation, but also teach you how you can implement it into your own life as well. So make sure you stay till the end for that. In this workshop, I will show you how you can finally get your online business converting, possibly for the first time ever. I have been in this space for a really long time. We've worked with 7,000 students at this point, and so I know your stories. And a lot of you watching this, you might be thinking, well, I don't know if I could ever, is this going to work for me? I've tried everything. I'm here to share with you that doesn't mean anything. There are pieces that might be missing in your business. And I'm going to teach you a strategy. It's a proven system, actually, that's going to unveil the gaps in your business. So inside this workshop, you're going to see the missing pieces possibly that no one has ever revealed to you before. If you're new to working with me, this workshop is the perfect step for you to see just how easy it is for me to help you grow your business on social media. I'm really excited to be able to get to know you better and spend some time with you during this workshop. As I get to know you, for you to be here right now, this tells me that you're someone who is extremely committed to figuring out how to make your online business profitable, even if you haven't made any money yet. Sometimes I joke and say that my favorite sport is watching women make money. I love helping people be successful and making their businesses profitable, and specifically on social media. So as I mentioned, staying till the end, you're going to get Manifestation Unleashed. Also, there is a workbook that you can go through while you're on this time with me right now. But if you don't have this, don't go looking for it. It's probably in your email. All you're going to need is some pen and paper for this, but this is a co-working session. I'm not just going to be talking at you for 45 minutes to an hour. So I want to make sure that you do have pen and paper handy. If you're driving, then just schedule some time to go back through this when you can take some notes, because I do want you to work through the process that I have for you. But we do have a beautiful workbook we put together with the proven strategies, the detailed roadmaps, interactive exercises, insights, and more. So make sure you grab that that's inside of your email. And this is someone that we've personally worked with, Andra, and she says, I've recruited 4 new distributors on my team recently. In addition, I had 33 new customers. I'm on the leaderboard for my company, and I've started my public speaking journey by going on a top leaders morning show. She's a network marketing leader, somebody that we've worked with. And if you want to know if this is for you, who is this workshop for? This is for network marketers, coaches, direct sellers, affiliate marketers, course creators, consultants, digital marketers, authors, speakers, and service providers. So if you have any kind of service, or providing a service in some way, and you really want to tap into social media, then this workshop is for you. So here's what's in store for you. Fundamentally, this is what we're going to be exploring and going through together. Crafting your unforgettable personal brand so you can attract your ideal avatar to you. If your brand isn't clear, then your content's not going to be clear. If your content's not clear, then you're not going to attract your ideal avatar to you. It's also, you'll find that it's very confusing for you, which is the second pillar here, is mastering a solid content strategy that creates unwavering consistency through clarity. When you have clarity with your brand, it's going to flow over into your content. And when you have that clarity for your content, you're going to know how to build out your content. You're going to know how to put your schedule together for your content. You're going to know how to write your content so you're speaking to your avatar. It really is a waterfall effect. Your weekly signature content that will engineer your celebrity without you having to be on social all day long. I think there's this misnomer that those that are successful online are on social media all the time. We have our phones by us all the time. That is simply untrue. I'm rarely on social media. I don't go and scroll and hang out on there, but I'm very effective with my content and I've built up my brand when I started having this weekly signature content which I'm going to teach you. When I started doing that, I was able to work harder, not smarter. You're also going to learn how to transform your leads into hot prospects through a thriving community or an engaged list. And epic closing strategies that convert sales quickly so you're not doing the follow-up game for eons, right? You know, you're messaging people and they're ghosting you, you're getting crickets, just starts to feel really awkward or you get stuck in the friend zone. We don't want that, right? We want this whole progression to be really natural so you consistently have those sales coming in and you have that predictability in your business. Lacey says, before I met Kimberly, I only dreamed about being an entrepreneur. After meeting her and joining her program, I developed multiple lead magnets, grew an email list, launched a challenge, created an offer, and am now making repeatable 5-figure sales. She's a business strategy coach. And when she started working with us, she did not have a brand. She did not have an online presence. She had success in corporate and wanted to translate those skills onto social media for her own business. Recently, Forbes said more brands could leverage micro influencers for brand promotion. So a micro influencer is somebody who, say, has under 10,000 followers on Instagram. And then you get into that nano influencer, which is a bit bigger than that. And obviously then the big influencers. But my point in sharing that is that more and more companies are going to be leveraging influencers. So in order for you to step into this influencer space, there's going to be a bit of a mindset shift for you to say, I'm an influencer. Even if you have 500 followers on Instagram or 1,000, or you're starting to build up your friends list, you're influencing other people, right? You're posting social media content and guiding them to make a decision to work with you. That's influencing. So throw out the misconceptions you might have about being an influencer and know that even for those in network marketing, when people can start to look at it as affiliate marketing almost, they're actually going to attract more people to them, but they're going to find it easier to build the business as well. So more and more businesses are turning to micro influencers and content creators to promote their products and increase sales, which is great. And on here, it says the global influencer marketing platform revenue will reach nearly 92 billion. That's insane by 2030, and it will grow annually by 30%. So you're in the right place right now. If you're like, okay, is there room for me on social media? Is it saturated? No, it is not saturated at all. More and more people are coming onto social media, and more people are buying things on social media. How big is the digital marketing industry? The global digital advertising and marketing market was estimated at $350 billion in 2020 and projected to reach $782 billion by 2026. So you can see this epic growth, almost doubling, completely doubling over the span of 6 years. This is definitely the place to be. So we're going to get into the different steps as we talked about on the onset, the different pillars here of what you're going to learn in your time with me. So step one is to craft an unforgettable personal brand so you can attract your ideal avatar to you. No more posting and praying, cold messaging, or wondering where your next sale is going to come from. So I wanted to share with you a real life example of a client of ours, Lachelle. Lachelle's become a dear friend of mine. When she first got into social media, the first image you see here is what she had on her Facebook cover on her personal profile. As you can see, she had a quote that it was from her network marketing company. So she wasn't branding herself, and she was obviously, kind of more in the spam route with putting that up on her wall. Very common. I did the same thing. My first network marketing company was a shampoo company. And I think one of the first posts I put up when I started posting on social media was a graphic from the company talking about like dry shampoo or something. So I've totally been there. Through the work that she's done by being in our programs and obviously, implementing this herself, the second image is one of her more recent covers I grabbed when I was looking at her social media to give you a good before and after, and look at the difference. She is bossed up, right? It's clear on who she is, what she's all about. Instantly, she stands out and you want to know more about her, right? That's very powerful. This is posture. So when you hear the terms online presence or the terms posture, this is what we're talking about. She is really just like stepping up and stepping into her space as well. And you can do the same thing. So with your brand, what I want you to be thinking about is it needs to be really clear immediately who you are, who you work with, and how you help them. Those are the main elements of a brand. Is people need to know right away, are you for them? What's in it for them is the underlying question that people have. It's human nature, right? So if you aren't clear on that, or it's not clear in your social media, then people are just going to keep scrolling. So in order for you to really make all of this work, you've got to have an unforgettable brand. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to look like the Gold Digger Girl or Lachelle. You get to be yourself, and you get to meet yourself where you are. We're just going to take the next step up. And over time, your brand will evolve. Step 2 is mastering a solid content strategy that creates unwavering consistency through clarity. So when you don't have clarity around your brand, it's impossible to develop a clear content strategy. That's why the inconsistency is inevitable. Whenever I do goal setting or just prompting my audience to tell me, what's a hang up for them? What's a hiccup for them? What's something that they struggle with? Inconsistency or being consistent comes up every time. It's an epidemic. Why? I actually think that we tell ourselves that, we can't rely on ourselves. We're not consistent. I actually think it's because people don't know what to do. They don't know what to post. They pull up their phone, they just stare at their phone for 30 minutes, or they try to record a reel and they're like, I don't even know what to do. I'm not feeling it. I'm just overwhelmed by the whole thing. Well, when you have clarity, you know exactly what to do. It's not a matter of what, it's just a matter of when, just getting it done and having a schedule in place. So for your second step, you've got to master a solid content strategy. That way you have that consistency. What you want to do is you want to make sure that you show up somewhere every day. You do not have to be on every platform. You don't have to be all over the place. You don't have to do all the things that you see other people doing. Anyone who has a big brand, they will tell you that they started with one platform. My first platform was Facebook. I was on Facebook for 9 months and I posted every day, went live every week, 9 months before I got an Instagram account. And now I'm on every single platform pretty much. So you got to start with one platform. Step 3 is your weekly signature content that will engineer your celebrity without you having to be on social all day long. 80% of content posted on social media is ineffective and doesn't establish authority. Being seen as an expert to your audience in some way is essential. So when you hear the word engineering your celebrity, you're probably like, I don't want to be in front of the camera, or I don't like selfies, or I don't like video, right? I hear this all the time. Or when you see me say establishing yourself as an expert, this can cause a lot of imposter syndrome immediately. What I want to encourage you is that you don't need to be 20 steps ahead of your audience. All you have to do is be one step ahead of them. So when I first started out in the fall of 2017 on social media, I'd been online since 2011, but social media, believe it or not, took me like 6 years to get on social media. And I was doing other things online, which I'll share in a little bit. What I did is I was learning about social media. I got a coach. I started just really understanding it and implementing it. Very messy, just taking messy and perfect action. What I would do as soon as I would implement something, the next week I would teach it. I was like, hey guys, I just learned this last week. It's called three-way chats or whatever it was, right? And people loved that because it was real, it was relatable. They could understand, okay, this is what she did. I just did it last week. But it helped them see that I didn't have this perfect polished thing and I wasn't this, pro or expert. It's just somebody who took action, implemented, got a result, and then taught it to those that were following me. Now, if somebody's way light years ahead of me, they're not going to follow me. I don't need to worry about those other people. There are way too many people on social media for you to be worrying about is there anybody for you? Even if it's already been done, it's not been done by you. There's something about you that some people will resonate with. And so all you have to do is figure out who those people are and attract them to you through your content. So we absolutely need to have signature content. So signature content can be YouTube videos. It can be weekly podcast episodes. It could be a Facebook Live show, an Instagram show. You can go live on TikTok. You can go live on LinkedIn. Even I think you can go live on Twitter or whatever it's called now, right? It's been renamed. But you can go live every week and produce a show. You can release a killer blog post that you email out to your list and promote on social media with different assets that you can use to get the word out and market people or drive traffic to that blog. That could be what you do every week. So you get to choose what it is, but it needs to be something that's different. It stands out from your day-to-day content. You put some work into it. You put some effort into it. And the more you kind of level up in this area, your business will reflect that and reward you. Sometimes people don't get the results in their business because they're treating it like a hobby. And so they're getting hobby-like results. So if you're here watching this, I'm assuming that you're ready to take it to the next level. Step 4, how to transform your leads and hot prospects through a thriving community or an engaged email list. Your recurring monthly revenue will be dictated by how consistently you are generating leads and nurturing those prospects with an ongoing value-based strategy. So with this one, with step 4, what I see that people will get stuck on is they don't know how to close sales. And the reason why they don't know how to close sales is because they're posting something or putting a reel, and maybe if they get some leads, some people commenting that they want to know more, raising their hand, or voting on a poll in their stories, they'll reach out to them, and then nothing happens from it, right? I was just reading somewhere that 2% of people, only 2%, will say yes the first time you ask them, and that's usually with a lower ticket option, right? If you sell a network marketing health product, so 2%. That means you'd have to talk to 100 people before you get 2 customers. That's a lot of people to talk to. If you actually look at your social media in the last couple of weeks, you probably haven't talked to 100 people. And you're sitting here going, well, I don't know what I'm doing wrong because I'm not getting any customers. So we have to know that numbers are important. But the most important part is we don't want to just treat it one and done and get that lead, ask them to take a look at what we have and expect them to sign up right away. What we want to do is we want to nurture them. We want to build relationships. I want you to start thinking about relationship marketing instead of closing sales. So what we want to do is we want to meet people on social media and we want to funnel them into a Facebook group, a value-based Facebook group. So not a VIP club or whatever, but a value-based Facebook groups, a group that will help them improve their lives in some way, right? Or an email list or both. And you could do a texting campaign list as well. So here's a couple of groups. I don't know if you can see it on the screen, but collectively we have about 70,000 members in our different groups. And I have found that there is a correlation between how many members are in my Facebook group and my email list. I actually have another email list that's not showing on here. So got probably 65,000, 66,000 emails on my email list, about the same in my core, the 2 big Facebook groups that we have. So about the same members equals the email list. And I heard this from a marketing expert, and I've proven it. It's actually higher than this for us. Each email is worth $100. So you can see we'll say 65,000. That would be $6.5 million in revenue. We have crossed the $8 million mark in revenue. So we've surpassed that. And obviously we're going to continue to market to this list for years to come. So I cannot stress the importance or emphasize this enough. It is so important to have an email list. If you're just building on Facebook, you're building on borrowed land, right? Or Instagram, we've got to have that email list, but we need a place to nurture our leads. Think of it as a container. And when we can continually drip on those people by offering value, creating relationships with them, getting to know them, being able to serve them in some way, and then we're peppering in our offers, we will convert sales that way. So start thinking long-term with this process and give yourself a little grace to build this up, but also don't be impatient or thinking something's wrong with you if you're not getting the results. The truth is you probably just aren't nurturing your leads, and you might not be organized with those leads either. So make sure you're organized. And what I will tell you is that when you've got this right, you will have reoccurring monthly revenue and it will be predictable. So right now I can tell you roughly what I will generate in the next 12 months in revenue. That's powerful. Where when I first started out, I had no idea. And that's why I couldn't quit my job for years and years and years, is because I didn't know what my side hustle was going to bring in, right? It's probably the same for you. For step 5, what we want to do is we want epic closing strategies that convert sales quickly so you're not doing the follow-up game for eons. Imagine being able to get off the awkward struggle bus of traditional sales and let your relationship building do the work. The thing with sales is that it shouldn't feel salesy. It shouldn't feel icky to you. I've been in sales since I was 18 years old. I sold Cutco cutlery knives, paid my way through college, went to a private university without any assistance. And I did it by learning sales. And why I was so good at it is because I understood people and learned how to communicate with people, build rapport, and get to know them very quickly. So it's the same thing here on social media. You can meet complete strangers, and through the power of social media, you can build up your know, like, and trust factor and be able to help your potential client with a problem, help them with a struggle that they have, help them with a challenge that they have, offer a solution. That's what sales is it's an exchange of value. So if you have something that's going to help them and they have the money to pay for it, you're exchanging, right? So your job is to increase the value. Well, part of that is going to be building that relationship with them, staying in front of them, following up with them strategically, being able to come back to them and just say, hey, checking in, or I saw this testimonial, or hey, we've got this thing, I'd love to invite you. So that's really important. So what you want to do is you really want to start thinking about being able to close sales consistently from the process of building those relationships like we talked in step 4. So you can see my Instagram account, you can see my Facebook business page. These numbers that you're seeing on here have taken me a long time to build this up. But guess what? I have another Instagram account that's not even on here. I was able to monetize it with just a few hundred followers, okay? And you do not need a lot of followers to be successful here. I would like to see you at least 1,000 followers on Instagram. If you're going for a 6-figure revenue per year, at least 1,000, okay? And that you're consistent and you're showing up and you have a good strategy over there. If you're on Facebook, same thing. We need a few thousand friends or followers on Facebook, or a really solid Facebook group with actively about 300 members. So that's the goal. You're not going to do it overnight, but if you put content out there every day, draw people to you, you're going to build up those numbers. The strategies I'm about to teach you are exactly what I use to go from 6 figures of debt to generating consistent 7 figures every year in my business. So if you don't know my story, I was actually struggling with alcohol abuse for over a decade, had 2 babies back to back. I let go from my 6-figure salary job overnight, no notice, and then had a baby and went on maternity leave. I couldn't get a job because I just had a baby. We cashed in our 401ks. We went and put everything on credit card debt. We had just bought 2 new vehicles in our dream home because I was making great money. My husband was making good money. And so with daycare and everything, that's crazy numbers, right? It all just imploded. And so I started working on myself, enlisted a professional in 2017, overcame the alcohol abuse, started working on myself and really building up my confidence in myself. And you'll see with the numbers that I share with you, you can actually see that exact pattern. But also I decided to invest in myself. So I hired my first coach as well. And as they say, the rest is history. And my life has changed since then. But I'm so excited to share this with you because if maybe you're in debt, maybe you're paycheck to paycheck, maybe you're at a job that you hate, right? Like just like I was, missing all your kids' stuff, right? Or retirement's coming up and you're just nervous, right? So to generating consistent 7 figures every year, I really just implementing what I'm going to teach you can transform things very quickly for you. So I just want to give you some encouragement. No matter where you are, you can change your business and your life very quickly. At the end of 2017, I was beyond frustrated, completely exhausted with my lack of efforts. So 2011, 2012, 2013, you can see I was in the negative. Now, look at these numbers. I mean, I was putting my family at risk. Like Scott and I got married in 2012. So, we knew we were going to be together forever, right? So not just me, but him. And you would think I would have given up, right? But I didn't. I believe that God has given you that dream in your heart. And if you try to deny it, it's gonna rear its ugly head because it's been planted in your heart divinely. And I could feel it. I knew that I was not going to work for somebody the rest of my life. I knew I was going to have time freedom and flexibility and be able to give abundantly and give generously. So I didn't give up. I just kept going and going and going. And as you can see, really small numbers here for 2014, 15, 16, and 17. And that was when I, worked on myself, like I shared with you, hired the coach at the very end of 2018. So my first full year, I actually quit my job and partway through 2018, hired a business coach. And as you can see, did $151,630 in 2018. And I went from losing money the first couple of years to more than 10xing the year I hired a coach. So I can't stress the importance enough of learning from someone who has what you want. If you see somebody who has the lifestyle you want, they have the income you want, their business is reflective of what you want to build, go learn from that kind of person. Not only that, I have been able to repeat this success year after year. For the last 4 years, I've averaged $2 million in cash collected. So this is cash numbers I'm sharing with you. Sometimes people will say, I'm a millionaire, but they're just talking about, closed business. This is actual cash collected. I built out a system for monetizing my social media channels. The best part is my students are also using this system, and it's working for them too. Raynell says, I set myself 3 business-related goals at the beginning of 6FB. That's one of our group coaching programs we have. To reach executive rank, earn our trip to Dubai, and seal the deal on our 10-year anniversary cruise with my company. These were goals I had set for 2020. And by May, she enrolled in that program in 2020. By May, all 3 goals were already accomplished. 6FB has helped lay the foundation for massive success in my business and sprinting towards my goals. Lisa says, I hit senior director. Y'all, this has been a huge goal of mine. And for so many reasons, I wasn't able to break through the threshold. 6FB is giving me the mindset shift, kick in the pants that I needed to be successful. I know that it was down there somewhere, but this mastermind brought it out. So flipping excited for my team. We've been growing like wildfire, breaking records, and people are making an income and they're building their legacy. Just did the math too since starting 6FB, 40% increase in PV, 34% increase monthly team volume, an increase in our career team volume, and sponsoring many teammates. And then over on the other side, Jenny says, just popping in here to say thank you for all you've poured into me. My business literally exploded in November in so many ways. Highest personal volume ever. 3 new recruits. I've never done that without some sort of joining special. There was no joining special. I have girls who saw the explosion in my group asking me about joining. Rank advanced, earned my first ever 5-figure check. She was actually in network marketing for 4 years. And so she was like, I'm just the customer getter. I don't think people want to join my team. So it was really belief for her. It was a lot of mindset work we did. This should get you really excited and ready to create your own success like this. Okay, it's time. I want to know, are you ready to build out your plan to 10x your online presence? Write this down. What would you like to accomplish in your business in the next 90 days? Okay, so I'll give you 30 seconds to write this down. Jot down a few keywords here. What would you like to accomplish in your business in the next 90 days? Usually, breakthroughs happen from weeks 8 to 12. I did personal training for over a decade, nutrition consulting for 20-some years. And what I would find is that, and this has actually been studied in the network marketing industry, it's probably similar for coaches as well, is people quit around the 6-week mark is the average. The breakthroughs happen from between weeks 8 and 12. So let's think about 90 days from now. Okay, I want you to envision the next 90 days. What would you like to accomplish in your business in the next 90 days? We tend to underestimate what we can do in a year, 5 years, 10 years, and we overestimate what we can do in a month, right? So let's start thinking a little bit longer terms. Is monetizing your brand on social a now thing or a later thing? So I'm looking to help those who are truly motivated and serious about their business. So it's a good question. Just kind of do a gut check right now. How are you feeling about all of this? You really want to do this now? Or is this kind of a rainy day when you get to it kind of thing? When it comes to building your personal brand, what are you struggling with the most? So if you know right now what that is, you can jot that down in your notes. What are you struggling the most when it comes to your personal brand? I'm actually going to teach you the method I was referring to earlier, where you can clearly know the gaps in your business, but just off the cuff, based on what I've shared with you so far, maybe you're thinking, oh my goodness, like I don't have a personal brand. I don't even know who I help, or I've been really confused on my avatar, or I don't know how to clearly communicate to my audience. Whatever that looks like for you, write that down. So now I'm going to teach you the wheel of branding. I'm super pumped to teach this to you. I always get huge light bulb moments with students when I teach this. So get ready to totally have your mind blown. So this is called the wheel of branding, and I came up with this. I was inspired by the wheel of life. I don't know who invented it, but I learned it from Tony Robbins. So if you've not heard of it, basically it's a similar concept, but it's for your life. So I wanted to take that concept and apply it to business. So what we're looking at here, the wheel of branding, is the 5 areas that we've discussed so far that are really going to represent the different areas of your business. And the concept is we're actually, and I'll walk you through it, we're going to figure out where you're rocking it, where you're nailing it, and where you can improve. And that way you can actually see they're all connected. So the gaps that you'll find by doing this will allow you to see why, and then you'll know what you need to do to improve. Okay, so it's really cool. So for the different pieces of the pie, the wheel of branding, the first part is your brand. So at the top, we're going to start with your brand. As I said before, if your brand isn't clear, your content isn't going to be clear. You can't do your signature content if you don't have your content strategy figured out, right? And then what is your Facebook group going to look like, or an email list? So and you're not going to have sales. So it really starts with your brand. What I want you to do in your notes, you can just draw a circle and then have the different spokes here to break it up into 5 pieces. Or if you have your workbook handy, it's inside of the workbook. What you're going to do is you're going to shade this in on a scale of 1 to 10. So I want you to ask yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, where's your brand at? So if your brand is rocking it, you're like, Kimberly, my brand looks, better than your brand. This is my jam. I could teach branding. Then maybe it's a 10, right? For me personally, mine is I always want to do more with my brand. So I have all these visions in my mind. So I might put a 9 for mine, but it might be high up for you. Now, if it's non-existent, you're watching this workshop and you're thinking, this is all new to me. I don't have anything on social media yet. I was just kind of curious. It might be a 0. It might be a 1. So if it's a 10, you're going to shade it all in like the example. That's what it looks like to give it a 10. And then if it's a 0 or 1, it's going to be pretty much empty. Okay, so you're going to do that with each area. So the next one is the content strategy. So this would be if you know what to do for your content. I call them personal branding buckets, but you've got your content buckets figured out, types of content, what platforms you're on, and you have an actual strategy in place. So on Mondays, you might do motivational quotes. On Tuesdays, you might do 3 tips that make sense for your avatar. Every Wednesday, you might do, you might go live and teach, Wisdom Wednesday, whatever. But you've got a whole plan in place. It's scheduled out. It's happening. You're posting every day. You're on social media somewhere every day. The signature content is going to be that weekly Facebook live show, Instagram interview, podcast, YouTube video, blog post. It's something different outside of your day-to-day content. So your signature content, if you don't have anything going for that right now, it's going to be a 0. If it is happening every week and you love it, we have a podcast. It's in the top 1% of all podcasts out of 3 million different podcasts. And we've had it for years. It's a 10. Now, if I really wanted to focus on the podcast and do more with it, maybe it would be a 9. So it's also going to be based on your goals. Are you happy where that piece is? If that piece of the wheel of branding, that area, you're happy with it, then just put a 10. Community or list. So this would be a Facebook group, an email list. Maybe you have all of your leads on a text list. That would count as well. Just a container where these are my leads. These are the people that I'm nurturing, building relationships with, and obviously working with them to get them to cross the finish line and do business with you. And then the final piece of the wheel of branding is converting sales. So with converting sales, what you want to look at here is the consistency and the predictability. So if I said to you right now, okay, let's look at your calendar, and we didn't even get into conversion events in this workshop, but let's look at your conversion events. Let's look at what do you have scheduled to bring sales in, or how are you consistently bringing in revenue? And you could share that with me, then you would be high up on here. So if every week so you've all seen people do those Facebook lives where they sell jewelry. There's for some reason with the algorithm, one of my TikTok, I don't know how to make it go away. One of my TikTok accounts, when I pull it up, it always has this girl's like showing different wigs, which is brilliant. But you've seen those live demos, right? Well, they probably know every time they do those hour-long Facebook Lives or TikTok Lives, they have so many sales coming in. Well, that would be converting sales consistently. So it's going to be based on the predictability, the consistency, and that you have control over that, okay? So go ahead and fill that in so you have your example filled out like this, and it probably is looking similar to this, right? Some of it's filled in, some of it is room almost there, nothing, room for improvement. Everybody's is going to be different. But what's really cool about this is after you fill it in, I want you to look for that white space. I want you to give yourself a pat on the back for the parts that are filled in. You're having 7s, 8s, 9s, 10s. Give yourself a pat on the back. Acknowledge the work that you've done so far to get where you are right now. And we also want to look for the gaps. We want to figure out where do we need to improve. So that is going to come from you looking at this and noticing the white space. So let's say it was like this example. Clearly, the two areas are lack of signature content for this example, and the sales are so-so. I wonder if we can make a correlation between their signature content lacking and the lack of sales. So if this person implemented weekly signature content and they just went all in with it, just did a really great job with it, I can pretty much guarantee their sales are going to increase, right? And obviously you have to learn how to do that signature content and, lead to sales, right? Overall though, you can absolutely, undeniably see a correlation between the two. So for you, you might go, oh my gosh, like my inability to get my content figured out is really holding me back. Again, we're really talking about this conversation of social media specifically. And so part of that is you are a content creator. Now you can hire that out. You can have people handle that for you, but somebody's got to be doing it for you if you're having a brand online. Remember, social media really is about like right now, right? We're building these long-term businesses and we're establishing that authority and we're thinking long-term, but social media is about right now. It's about what people are scrolling and seeing right now. And that's why we've got to stay in front of people. We have to stay top of mind. This wheel of branding allows you to see the big picture gaps in your online business. And now that you've completed this, great job. I want you to take those gaps and I want you to start working on closing those gaps. So let's pause for a moment. We've covered a lot of areas of opportunity for you. I know I've given you a lot of content here, a lot of training, but what has been your biggest takeaway so far? So out of everything that I've shared with you, what's been your biggest takeaway? Maybe it is realizing, oh my gosh, like my lack of content strategy is hindering me from having sales. Or maybe you're putting content out and you are getting leads, but you're not closing sales and you're wondering why? Because you don't have a follow-up system. You're not nurturing those leads. You're not building relationships with them. And you're seeing that now for the first time very clearly. So what has been your biggest takeaway so far? Now I want to show you something from one payment processor. I have probably 5 different payment processors and ways that revenue comes into our company, maybe more than that. But this is just an example of one. So you can see the numbers here and the dates. This is a span of what week? 2 weeks, a span of 2 weeks. Look at these numbers. And if you're driving, you can look at the screen when you're not driving. And you can watch it on replay. But if you look at the numbers ranging from $2,000 up to $21,000 deposits right into my bank account. Okay, so this is cash collected. This isn't people on payment plans. This is the cash collected that has come into our business from one payment processor. 90 days from now, what if this was coming into your bank account? How would that feel? Like I said, the power of manifestation is real. When you can see yourself, if I were you, I would go back and watch this and I would take a screenshot of that and I would put it on your vision board and say, that's going to be my bank account. Okay. I have checks in here that I've written out to myself over the years. I mean, $1 million. I wrote a check to myself for $1 million and I wrote it in 2020. And I did $1.1 million in 2020. I mean, you can't make this stuff up, right? I wrote that check out to myself and I surpassed the number I wrote on the check. So I want you to really feel that, like feel what it would feel like that was your bank account and those deposits were coming into your checking account. Reminder, stay till the end so you can get the manifesting unleashed. I really want you to go through that so you can tap into the power of manifestation. Now I have something really special for you. This is perfect if you're ready to level up online and attract qualified leads to you. If you feel like you have everything to reach a 10 in all your areas of the wheel of branding, feel free to pop off. So after we've gone through that, you're like, I'm a 10 on all of them. I've got this. Feel free. If not, then stick with me. I'm inviting you to complete one or all of our Gold Digger certifications. I'm really excited to introduce this to you. This isn't something that we actively promote. So if you're watching this right now, it's a really special invitation for you. And I also specifically put it right here in this workshop because I want those that are doing the work, they're going through the material. I want you to be invited to take a look at these. So these Gold Digger certifications, we have a suite of offerings for you, and I want to show you exactly how to be seen as an expert in your space. No fluff, no BS, just clear steps to become certified. The certification process isn't just to be certified, it's actually to build your confidence. When you become certified, it feels really good, right, to have that training, also the seal, the street cred of having the certificate, but also to be able to learn these things. And when people see that you're certified, it gives you that instant credibility. Who is this for? Qualities I'm looking for. You're an ambitious network marketer, online marketer, coach, or consultant. You're ready to roll up your sleeves and start getting clients. You're coachable and kind, and you're willing to put in the work. As long as I give you a clear roadmap, you are in. If this is you, you're going to love our certification process, and I'd love to have you. So what do you get when you access any of our certifications? Most importantly, you'll be officially certified, attracting higher quality team members and clients. So all of our certifications are backed by an accredited organization, and you will have a digital badge you can put on LinkedIn, your website, and you'll be able to put certified right on your social media bios, and depending on what certifications you complete. Confidence in offering real value to clients. Tanya said she did the biz strategist, which I'll show this to you in a second. She said the process was really great. I love that it had step-by-step, easy to apply and implement actions to implement. The best part was when I began to apply what I learned into my business. Wow. I felt more confident that I was offering real value to my clients. Heidi says this course was incredible, straightforward, simple, yet challenging, laid out exactly the what and the hows to be an effective mindset coach. Thankful and grateful I did it. Thanks, Kimberly. So simple and straightforward. Michelle says, I love the program. It was a great learning experience. It was easy to do in my spare time. Would do another one if it was opened up again. Would recommend to others. Easy to do in your spare time. So we actually don't open these up very often. So again, this is a private invitation. Sydney says, I love the mindset program. It was easy to follow as a busy mom. Really appreciated that. Favorite part was doing the teamwork assignments because it allowed me to gain confidence in my skill set that I was learning immediately. So grateful took this program in 2023. Really was a catalyst for a lot of my business development that year. And the Gold Digger certifications will help you gain confidence and develop your skill sets. But what is exactly included? I'm sure you're wondering. So I'm going to go through the 6 different ones we have to offer you. If you dream of working with other entrepreneurs to get them organized and put a solid strategy in place, the certification is perfect for you. It's the business strategist. So think of the business strategist as somebody who is going to coach, mentor, consult, guide another entrepreneur or, whatever the niche is, to be able to help them with their business. So if even watching me, you're like, I want to do that. I want to be a business coach. I want to help people with their businesses. That's what I'm going to teach you how to do as a business strategist. And by the way, some of you need to take the certification for yourself, right? So you might go, well, I don't want to coach other people in their businesses. I'm going to teach you how to improve your own business. So we teach you first, and then we equip you to teach others. So for some of you, these certifications will help you with your own business or whatever area we're talking about, such as mindset coach. You might not want to coach other people, but you need to work on your mindset, for example. So with the mindset coach certification, we all know everything starts with mindset. It just does. Learning how to guide another through a breakthrough and achieve true transformation with the certification is priceless. I can't even tell you how joyful it is and rewarding to help other people have a breakthrough. And what I find is it's not mechanics, it's mindset. It's always mindset over mechanics. For the social media marketing expert certification, adding in the skill set of social media marketing can unlock a brand new stream of revenue. So after you go through this one, you'll be equipped to manage other people's social media, But also, if we went through this webinar today, this workshop, and you realized your social media is very lacking, again, this would be really great for you to go through for yourself. Master the online space through this powerful certification. Branding strategist. If all things branding are your jam, then this certification is for you. Hone your craft and develop your expertise. So if you like the idea of helping other people with their brands, you love the visual assets, you love all the things with the messaging and the vibe of the brand, then this one's perfect for you. And if you don't have those skills, you don't know how to do a client mood board or just developing their different visual assets, I'll teach you how to do it in the certification. Being able to teach others how to be productive and organized is extremely rewarding. This certification is ideal for those who love peak performance, and that is the high performance certification. So this one is all about peak productivity, high performance, time blocking, being effective, prioritizing, like getting your ish together, basically. So again, this can be great for you, for yourself, but this is a really powerful certification to add to your suite of offerings online or to niche down into this, because I'm telling you, there are more and more people are coming online that are having success in corporate, looking to achieve more in their corporate career or as an entrepreneur. So those that are naturally achievement oriented, they're also willing to invest in their education. So this is a really, really great place just to settle in on as a niche and as a whole. The Viral VA, we've actually partnered with Christine Sarvey. She actually was a full-time teacher, and she launched her VA business, replaced her teaching income in two weeks. So I said, Christine, can you teach my people that? So that's what this is. It's the Viral VA certification. With the increase of entrepreneurs scaling their businesses online, the need for VAs, also called virtual assistants, is in high demand. This certification will allow you to launch your VA business in no time. So it's an accelerator process to teach you how to become a VA, all the nuances, all the pieces to it. So it really is intended for somebody who wants to become a virtual assistant. Another term is an online business manager. This is the work wife, right? This is the person, the right-hand person of the CEO, the business owner, that's the executive assistant. Different terms for it, but it's basically somebody who wants to be that assistant remotely for someone else. Really lucrative career, high in demand. Every single day I have people asking me, who do I know that can help them in this role? It includes curriculum to follow for each certification and a beautiful Trello board that's jam-packed with resources. So what I've done is I have curriculum for each certification that you'll go through. Christine does as well for those of you that are going to do the VA cert. And there's some people ask, can they do more than one? Yes, absolutely. There is some crossover. So we actually have people who will do all of them. We have some people who will do, we have a pack of 4 you can grab, or you can just do one. But you're going to have your curriculum. And then every single certification has a Trello board that goes with it. If you haven't used Trello before, I show you how, but with the Trello board, it's a way for you to keep track of your homework throughout the certification. At the end, you're going to submit everything through an online assessment and you'll be awarded your certification. Our goal is to get you certified. So if you submit it and something's missing, we'll help you pass this. This isn't, this rigorous thing where there's an exam and you need to sweat. We want you to get certified, but we obviously have to put my name on it and our seal of approval. So we have the curriculum and all of we call them core competencies you'll complete during the cert that you'll need to finish for the assessment. You can track all of it on the Trello board. There's resources on there. It's just such a beautiful way to keep track of your progress. You're going to get a physical workbook in the mail outside of the Viral VA certification. That one will be digital, but all of them have a digital version. So as soon as you sign up for your certification, you don't have to wait for your workbook to come in the mail. When you log into your back office, the digital version is there. So you can pull that up right away, start watching the video tutorials. There are 6 core modules for each certification, and it's all video based. So you can watch the videos, follow along with the workbooks, and you'll be off and running. So you'll get a physical workbook in the mail, like I said, outside the Viral VA cert. You're also going to get hands-on application to develop valuable skill sets. This is so important. I'm not knocking it, but I have taken certifications on Udemy where I watched a bunch of videos and at the end I hit a button and I got certified. I was like, okay, thank you. But I didn't actually implement it. I didn't have to try it or practice it. We actually have you practice and implement. So for example, for the social media marketing expert certification, you have to create social media posts and you submit them so I can look at them and say, yep, you've got it. So we are going to validate and verify that you're actually implementing what you're learning, but that's going to give you confidence. I think it was Sydney said she loved the hands-on because she felt more confident learning those skill sets. You're also going to get a Facebook certification group and a student chat. So everyone goes into the certification group. If you need a partner to practice something with, or you have a question, we have additional resources in there. There's also a student chat we'll add you to, and that's awesome as well because we might have an update in there. Periodically, I'll do live Zoom trainings. It's all in there so that way you know you can stay on the up and up. And some of you like that social piece, but it can be really helpful to find a partner, others to work with as you're checking off the items for your certification requirements. You're also going to receive an official certification in the mail. And I believe the Viral VA one is digital. And you're also going to get social media badges. So these are digital. You can put them on your LinkedIn account, your website, like I said, and you can now say, you can put it right in your profile. You're a certified business strategist. You're a certified mindset coach. Again, that goes a long way on social media, gives you that street cred and that posture. And all of these are accredited. You're going to get step-by-step curriculum and exclusive perks. So you're going to get your Trello boards, your hands-on application, Facebook group, student chat, physical workbooks, and the official certification. All of this is valued at $4,785. I mean, really, how much does it cost to go and do intensive coaching or go and get a degree at college, right? But just with the numbers we have here, it's about a $5,000 value. The regular price, if you just outside of this workshop went to our certification landing page, is $500 per certification. What we're doing for you guys right now, just while we have this workshop, is step-by-step curriculum, exclusive perks, all of it valued at $5,000. We're going to extend it to you for $300 per cert or 3 payments of $133 per month. That way you can break it up and get started right away. We also have a special price for our 4-pack and our 6-pack, which you'll see on the landing page. So you just click the link there to check that out. Like I said, so that is the pricing that you're going to get for being a part of this workshop. So you can get started today for $300 one-time payment, or you can do the monthly payment plan. Is the certification right for you? Any certification will work for you if you are a network marketer, if you're a coach, if you're a direct seller, affiliate marketer, course creator, a consultant, digital marketer, author, speaker, or service provider. I actually was chatting with a woman in Messenger the other day, and she said, I want to do one of these certifications, but I'm not a coach. Like I have a team of 50 in network marketing. Should I do one? And I said, look, if you want to attract rock stars, I've been a top network marketer personally for 6 years. I've reached the top 0.5% of all network marketers. I've enrolled 600 people direct to me. You want to know why? I'm not messaging people and spamming people. People are attracted to me because they see like, oh, wow, she can help me. She can train me. She can mentor me. So this is going to help your overall presence to attract rock stars to you. You'll attract higher quality team members and clients by having that certification. How long do I have to complete the certifications? You have a full year to complete your certification, but most complete them in 4 to 6 weeks. We do have an extension option as well, so don't stress out about that. Since hiring Kimberly a year ago, I was able to grow my Instagram from under 1,000 followers to over 100,000. She has poured so much belief into me, and it's been life-changing. My life and business look drastically different than they did, and I'm forever thankful for Kimberly. Is Tracy a makeup mentor? I've been working in my profession as a CPA for over 30 years, slowly growing my business before being introduced to Kimberly. This year alone, I brought on 50 new clients through Instagram using methods I learned from her. I am on track to double my business next year. So now she has a multiple 6-figure business as a solo CPA. Like that's unheard of. She's a very good CPA, by the way. So again, $300 one time, pay in full, or you can do the payment plan of $133 per month. Now you might be thinking, I want to do this, but I need to figure out my niche first, right? Like, I don't know which one of these to do. I don't know my niche, or I need to get clients first and then I'll get certified, or I need to get organized and then I'll get certified, right? I just want to encourage you that those might be some limiting beliefs for you. It could be a little bit of that procrastination or the imposter syndrome's kicking in for you to say, well, who am I to want to get certified, right? Here's a different perspective. Everything you think you need first will help you with. So you're going to do it right the first time by learning from me, right? So we don't want to wait. We want to learn how to do it so that way we can go faster. We show you in each certification how to get clients, and possibly for the first time ever, you actually start getting paid consistently for the time you put in. That's our core objective. Inside the certifications, not only do I teach you the skill sets and Christine and the Viral VA, in all of them, we also teach you marketing and sales. So you can market yourself and you can also learn how to sell. And we even teach you the one call close, like all the things. So again, $300 or 3 payments of $133 per month. If you will not be completing a certification with us, you can go subscribe to my YouTube channel and watch the videos I put out there for free. We have lots, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, probably thousands of videos on YouTube. As I mentioned, we have the podcast as well, The Gold Digger Girl. And what I'm going to do right now, if you look below, you'll see the link to grab Manifestation Unleash if you didn't grab the guide yet. We'll probably send it out with the replay of this as well for you. So that should be below this video. To everyone else who is ready to begin their certification, welcome. I hope you're excited to start making more money and getting clients. And I'm really, really excited that you came here and spent this time with me. I don't take that lightly. I know you're busy. For me to make it through a full webinar or workshop, it's really difficult. And I am sure you're just as busy as I am. So I'm grateful to you to just learn from me and get to know me a little bit better. And I can't wait to see what you do, hopefully with the certifications, but with your business in general. So make sure when you're done, if you want to take a screenshot that you finished this workshop, take a little selfie, or you can take a screenshot of me right now and just put that in your stories and tag me at the Gold Digger Girl. I'd love to give you a shout out. So really appreciate you being on. Thanks for being here. Until next time, get lit in your business and set your soul on fire.